tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, not because you don't care, but because starting feels heavier than waiting. And the strange part is, you can want something deeply and still avoid it completely. So what is procrastination really? A time problem or a self problem? You sit down to begin, and suddenly everything else becomes urgent. You clean the desk, rearrange the room, make the perfect plan. You check one thing, then another, then another. One more scroll, one more video, one more message, one more snack, one more coffee, one more reset. And somehow an hour disappears without a single real step. Not because you were busy, but because you were escaping the feeling of beginning. Because beginning has a cost. It makes the thing real. It exposes you to imperfection, to judgment, to the possibility that you won't be great at it. Waiting protects you from that. Waiting lets you stay potential, and potential feels safe. But the longer you live in potential, the more your life starts to feel like a hallway with one door at the end, and you walking past it every day. Aristotle had a word for this, akrasia, when you know what's good for you and still don't do it. Not because you're stupid, but because in the moment your mind chooses short relief over long value, the easy comfort of later over the discomfort of now. And the trap is subtle. The more you delay, the more delay becomes normal. Because Aristotle wasn't only talking about single choices. He was talking about character. And character is built by repetition. You don't become disciplined by having one perfect day. You become disciplined by showing up again and again and again. Even when it's messy, even when you don't feel ready. Because motivation is unreliable, but habits are loyal. So if you want to stop procrastinating, you don't need a new personality. You need a smaller start. A start that's too small to fear. Open the file, write one sentence, do 2 minutes. Not to finish, just to begin. And when you begin, something shifts. The door stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling like an entrance. Because the hardest part was never the work. It was the first contact with it. Seneca would ask a different question. Not, why are you delaying? But, what are you paying with? Because procrastination isn't free. It costs time. And time isn't just hours on a clock. Time is your life. We act like we have endless tomorrows. But your day doesn't care about your plans. It passes anyway. And when you delay what matters, you don't just avoid discomfort. You teach yourself to live on pause. You borrow from tomorrow and repay it with today. Again and again and again. Until later becomes a lifestyle. So Seneca's warning isn't loud. It's quiet, but it's sharp. Don't waste the part of your life you are currently inside. So what do you do with this? You stop waiting to feel ready. You stop negotiating with your mood. And you choose one small act that proves you are in control of the next step. Not the whole future. Just the next step. 5 minutes. 1 page. 1 message sent. 1 honest attempt. Because consistency isn't intensity. It's return. Return to the work. Return to the door. Return to the life you said you wanted. And maybe that's the real change. You stop treating procrastination like a flaw and start seeing it as a trade. A trade between discomfort now and regret later. And once you see the trade clearly, you can finally choose. Because the best time to start was never tomorrow. It was always the moment you stopped living on pause.